Hi Capricorn, welcome to your June 2017 love reading. It's Raina here. So I just wanted to announce that if you are single and looking for love, I'm going to have separate videos for you guys. So you can just, I think I might be starting posting them tomorrow, but I don't necessarily post all 12 in one day. So you'll have to check back to see when your sign is up. But I did decide to try this out because apparently some people feel left out, and I don't blame them. It just naturally has gone the way that it has, where I've been kind of focusing on people who are entangled with another person or more than one person in some way. So look for that. And this is a modified Celtic cross spread, just to let you know what this is. So modified meaning that I'm doing certain positions that are not necessarily what they, they don't have some of these positions in the classic version. But I thought it would be good for a love reading. Okay. Yeah, I get take this out because this one's not. I realized I was saying, why does this not in frame like it usually is? Because I had it too far. I'm just going to put that like that, just because I don't want to have to move anything anymore. A little bit askew. And I'm putting that one here, and I'm going to pick a second card because as an outcome card, okay, there we go. The Three of Swords. Well, it could have been an outcome card, now that I think about it. Okay. So, this is for the sign. Now, what sign am I doing again? Capricorn. You have to remember that because I had to do another reading over again because I started talking about another sign halfway through. Okay, Capricorn, the heart of the matter is the Knight of Swords. And so this could be somebody that that is on your mind. This could be an air sign individual. I typically think of Gemini, but it could be a Libra, and you guys seem to find yourself attracted to Librans a lot, and or Aquarius. And this is the kind of person who is just very, in some cases this person may come in and leave and be kind of like Quicksilver, and you never know when they're going to come and you never know when they're going to leave. And they can kind of turn things upside down. They can be very opinionated. Sometimes they work in the legal profession. Sometimes this can be a lawyer, consulting a lawyer, wanting to consult a lawyer because you're thinking of getting divorced. But if this is somebody that you are seeing or that you're married to, the kind of personality will be very much like an air sign individual that's very opinionated and very blunt in their speech. And the age can be anything, but if it's literally, like this card says, it would be a man no older than 40 probably, but it could be an older man who's more youthful, like a Gemini who tends to, or a Gemini rising, who always retains a youthful appearance. Let's just keep going and then we'll see what the conflict is. The obstacle card, or what crosses you, is the Knight of Wands. This could be a situation where you're refusing to see that the relationship is anything but a sexual relationship. This can be a card of a womanizer. Maybe this is a different person. If it is, it's somebody who is a player, a ladies' man. I'm saying gender because the court cards can be specifically related to people, and this would be a male. And but if it's a woman, it's somebody with a lot of masculine energy who has that same tendency to look at relationships as sexual conquests. And similar to the Knight of Swords, there's a chaotic energy around this person. They are not stable. It's like kind of, you know, for the Knight of Swords, it can be a windstorm, and this could be a fire that is threatening to go out of control. This is actually connected to Sagittarius. I always connect it to Aries, and that's another person that you may gravitate towards. So in any case, because it's the card that crosses you, as a person, they probably are not good for you. Even if they're not bad people, they may just be incompatible with you, and you're frustrated. Like, for instance, if it is an Aries or even a Sagittarius, you may feel parental with this person. You may feel like they are irresponsible children and you are the adult in the room. And that's the kind of dynamic when you have a Capricorn and a fire sign. You have somebody, it can be too easy to fall into this role of the person who has it all together and look at them as irresponsible. And that's really through your lens. That's through your conditioning. It doesn't mean that they are. Now, they may be compared to you. You're uber responsible. But they have their own way of doing things. And in a relationship, when you have vastly different approaches to life, that's where all of the headaches come in, the clashes. And the power clashes can erupt. At the root of this situation is represented by the Four of Pentacles. And so I was laughing because I was thinking money issues. This is like you. If they had a poster child for Capricorn, it would be this person. I don't know if this is connected to Taurus, though. It could very well be. But this is about somebody who holds on to their money, until there's, they white knuckle it with their money. Sometimes, this can also be a shrewd money manager, somebody who's very good at managing money. But with Capricorn, you can be overly concerned about money, even if you're not spending it, being a little bit too controlling with it, obsessed with having it, materialistic. And this other person, you may be fighting over spending habits, because that is a big thing with a fire sign, or even an air sign. So whoever it is that you're with, the Knight of Swords, by the way, could be that you've adopted a new motto where you're just, being very cutting with a partner. Maybe you've become a little bit short with a partner because of that situation. Another thing, too, is that you may feel like, there may be some kind of a situation where it may not even be agreed upon, where you are the sugar mama or the sugar daddy, and the other person is like the arm candy, and they are the ones that there's a sexual relationship, and you provide the moolah in the relationship, the money. And you may not have sat down and talked about it, but it just worked out that way. And that could be creating problems because it's not a real relationship. The Four of Pentacles is about foundations. If you were to pick that and that was about a wonderful relationship, you know, about like maybe in the outcome position, then it would be a relationship that had firm foundations. But this is the root of the situation. And so it's not really, I don't think it's relevant, or it doesn't fit for that to be the case. I think it's the exact opposite. I think that you might not have had firm foundations in a relationship. And one thing that's a sticking point may be something to do with money. In the recent past, we have the Eight of Wands. So this could be something to do with, if there are two different people, an air sign and a Wands person or a fire sign, then maybe you have recently been exchanging messages with this person, this fire sign individual. And maybe it's in a challenged position because you haven't really been able to have a relationship for some reason. You're separated by geography, or maybe they are involved with someone, or because you're involved with someone. By the way, I just wanted to say too that these, when I say the astrological signs, it doesn't have to be their sun sign or even their rising sign. It could be maybe they have the moon or and Venus and Mars or something like that. These personal points can really influence, especially if there's more than one. You could be an earth sign, and if you have a lot of fire, it's going to show more than your sun sign in some cases. When the sun sign is in an earth sign or a water sign, sometimes that masculine energy of a fire sign or even an air sign can take over and make the person seem more like that. A lot of earth and water signs are nondescript, in a lot of ways subdued, because they're feminine, they're yin, they're internal, and they tend to be introverted in a lot of ways. So just, I wanted to clarify that because somebody did mention something like that. Like, how, you know, don't talk about astrology or anything like that. And I can understand because sometimes it can get confusing and all that, but there's a parallel. You know, the tarot is connected to numerology and astrology, so to neglect to mention it seems a little bit negligent, you know. But anyway, the spiritual lesson in all of this is connected to the Five of Swords. So this is kind of an underhanded or slanderous energy, gossip, malicious gossip. This is connected to this person, and it can even be cheating. And what could be happening, again, if these two people could be the same person. This could just be the nature of that person, that person is a womanizer. What this would be saying, here's an example of what this could be saying. If this person has another partner and you knew that, then you knew that this person had the propensity or the, you know, the ability to be dishonest because they were doing it with somebody else. So you were already forewarned about it. And this is important because a lot of times this happens with gossip, right? Somebody tells you, oh my God, did you see, da, da, da. And you don't realize, wait, this person is willing to do that, and they're like two-faced, so they could do that to me too. And once you realize that, you no longer are interested in gossiping. That's the interesting thing about that. And so the same thing with somebody who shows themselves to be capable of cheating on their partner, and you think you're special until it happens to you. The other thing too is that you may know or suspect that this person is not honorable or honest with you. And that may just be underneath the surface. And you might be fighting about other things, but there's really like this elephant in the room. In the near future, we have the Eight of Pentacles. If there's ever a card that I would associate with Capricorn, it might be this. But you know what? It could also be Virgo, because this is about perfecting your craft and working very hard. So I could see Virgo, the perfectionist. Maybe this is somebody who's coming into your life, a fellow earth sign or a Taurus or a Capricorn. But this could just be that you are throwing yourself into your work. In a love reading, sometimes it means trying to make something happen. And that can actually be a bad idea. If you're dealing with a negative situation, you don't want to double down and really try to make it work. And, you know, this is something that I see time and time again. You know, people presenting their situation to me, and it's like they're telling me somebody's cheating, and how can I, you know, do this, and I really want this and stuff. And they're totally ignoring all of the horrible stuff that's happening. All they're focused on is, I got to get this person back. And that's what this could be, like you just trying to be the perfect person for somebody. And that, I think that is the wrong track to go on. The more constructive use of that card is about throwing yourself into your work or some hobby that really elevates you. A situation like this will bring you down. It won't elevate you because you like to be constructive in your behavior, and you're really spinning your wheels when you invest in a person that doesn't have a future. This is about having a future. Okay. Your psychological state right now is represented by the Hangman card in the upright position, even though he's upside down. And that means that you have given up, but that's a good thing. A Capricorn, cardinal sign, you tend to, you know, try to force the universe's hand by doing this, doing that. That's what this is, doing this, doing that. Trying to make things happen. Very good for career, lousy for love, because there, you know, you can manipulate things career-wise because you're dealing with matter. In your personal life, you're dealing with people. You can't manipulate people. You can't push them like chess pieces, on like pawns on a chessboard. People have their sovereignty, and a lot of times people will do what they feel like doing, even if it's something that's not helpful, that's hurtful to you. So this is like you saying, I surrender, universe. I'm going to see what happens. I'm not going to try to keep forcing my will on things. And so you're kind of in that state, which is really a state of receptivity, which is actually very good. The art of allowance, they call it. The influence around you is represented by the Nine of Swords. That Knight of Swords person can be creating an anxiety within you with their behavior. They may, you know, the interesting thing is, and this is really true about life, when you let go in these types of situations and you're dealing with an elusive person, a person that's hard to nail down, a lot of times that's when they're like, wait, whoa, what's happening? And they will start to give you more attention. And so if you were dealing with somebody who was, you know, who came by when he felt like it or she felt like it and then would disappear, that person may start coming around more. And you have to be careful Because it may create kind of a situation of torment within you. Because you might be thinking, I know this person is not good for me, but now they're doing exactly what I wanted them to do all along. Now what do I do? Well, the advice, and this could be something that transpires for you, that presents itself. Maybe it's an opportunity. This is a Six of Wands, and this is a great card for career success. So if you've been working very hard career-wise, you may have some accolades, and this may be enough to get you not fixated on a negative situation and to keep you detached, keep you from allowing somebody to continue to manipulate you, I would say, in a lot of ways, because they may, or even use you. The other thing, too, is that you may develop more dignity. I associate this card with Leo. It's definitely a fire sign energy in general, and this can be taking your bow, but I see it as a card of self-esteem, of not lowering yourself to a negative situation, but to realize that you are a winner and that you have won this round, you know, in this boxing match. The other thing too is that with fire energy, it could be also timing that look to the time of Leo, late July to late August for developments. And also that you may meet somebody who is of a fire sign element. Maybe there's, you know, maybe there was a Sagittarian or something like that, that you, that is a positive person. Maybe this was just the timing was off, and the person who's the Knight of Swords is the one who's the problem. I don't know. Because you did have that in the past. You might have met a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And maybe you're going to start to be with that person. Maybe you're going to leave this other person alone. And I have a feeling that the other person is not really there all the time anyway. So it's not like, I don't see this necessarily in a marriage unless the person is an air sign and perhaps they work in the legal profession. Maybe you are consulting a lawyer. And, you know, whoever you're with, you just want to be free from that. And this person is now available to you for whatever reason. Maybe they were involved with something. Now, as I said, I did pick an extra card in addition to this one. But I didn't really have to. Now, this card, as the outcome, is the Three of Swords, and sometimes this can be feeling rejection, and so I don't think of that as an outcome that I want to leave the reading off on. But I realized after I picked the second card that this card can also be about cutting something to the quick, you know, cutting something off very abruptly, because it, you know, rather than letting it linger. And so this may be what you decide with the Knight of Swords individual, that you just have to cut it off, not allow this person any more access to you whatsoever. And you may be with somebody else, and it makes it that much easier to do so. But it's interesting, as I said, I picked the Justice card with that. So this could be actually a legal decision. Maybe this person is a spouse. And you see that even this person is holding a sword. This card is associated with Libra, by the way, which is an air sign, so therefore swords. So that could be a Libra person all along. This could be a confirmation card, but this could be a legal decision, or at least you're getting involved in that and you've made the decision that you're going to go away from this relationship if it's a marriage type of situation. However, the Justice card can also be that you emerge victorious with a feeling that wrongs were righted in some way, that you were vindicated, that you bounced back from whatever deception somebody else was throwing at you. So I realize that some of these cards may not resonate with all of you Capricorns. Hopefully some of them did. If you'd like a personalized reading where I do use your particular natal chart, please click on the link below. Otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful June. Bye.